First, we need to understand that there are leaders at different realms of life, in different areas of our life. That there are leaders at home that, the parents should be the leader at home, and how to be a good leader. And there are different styles of leadership at home and in the place of work. So if you have a secular job, how do you have leadership in the place of work? And in a church, how to have good leadership in a church. And also in friendship. So in friendship, do you have how do you have leadership in a friendship? How to lead your influence your friends? There are, is inevitable that always it will be true that there will be someone leading other people in friendship. Okay. So we need to understand that in different areas of our life that we have leadership. And then we'll talk about different styles of leadership. Okay, now here I'll talk about 8 styles. Okay, 8 styles of leadership. First is the visionary leadership. What does it mean is, what it means is that the leader have visions and he wants to inspire the followers to have the same vision and achieve certain goals. Okay, and then transactional leadership. This kind of leaders, it's like having transactions with his followers, that he will tell his followers, okay, if you do this, and I will do this for you. For instance, this happens in a place of work very often when the boss says that, okay, when you do this job, I'll pay you a certain amount of money. I'll give you that kind of reward to you when you do the certain kind of work. And the charismatic leadership means that that people really have charisma. That means they have a personality that inspire people, that makes people want to do something. They influence other people. That happens very often in church leadership. That if the pastor has strong charisma, that he can influence the followers. And then transformational leadership. That means that he would transform the followers. That he will train the followers. He will help them to the life to change. Now this happens a lot in the church, that we transform the followers, transform the spiritual life. So that is transformational leadership. And then autocratic leadership. This is authoritarian, that the leader just tell the followers what to do. And a bureaucratic leadership means that they follow the rules of an organization. They follow rules. They have a set of rules, protocol of the organization that people need to follow. And democratic leadership, that means he will gather the opinions of people, to gather their opinions, so that they will follow that. That they arrive at a certain conclusion by voting or by discussing, that they arrive at a certain agreement, and then they follow that. And then laissez-faire leadership, it's freestyle, totally free. It's up to the followers what to do. Okay. Now let me explain this related to church. In a church, okay. In a church, if the leader has visionary leadership, that means he has a a vision for the church or vision for the ministry. And then he wants to give them vision to the followers. And transactional leadership, that means the pastor would say, okay, if you do this, then I will give you this. If you do certain things, then I'll give you certain reward, or you can be promoted to this position in a church. That's transactional leadership. And charismatic leadership, that means a leader who has a lot of charisma to influence the people, that these people follows and they see the charisma, the zeal, the attractiveness of the leader, and they follow the leader. And transformational leadership, that means he will transform the followers so that they will follow Jesus and follow the direction of the church. Autocratic leadership, that means the leader, they set rules. They want the people to follow him totally, that the people are just to obey him. And then bureaucratic leadership, that means that he has rules of the organization, that you follow these rules, follow these procedures. Whatever change, you need to have meetings and agreement to have this bureaucratic leadership. And democratic leadership, that means the church leaders and the people, they will vote on certain things and ask the people's opinion, how to direct the church, how to bring growth to the church. That's democratic. And laissez-faire would be that the leader would just let the people do whatever they want to do. Okay, now I want to say that many leaders have a few of this leadership style. Sometimes they don't just follow one style. They might follow a different styles, okay? Now, in a church leadership, there could be these different styles. And then I'll talk about, how about at home? Okay, at home will be like the parents have certain visions, like they want the children to become doctors or have a certain profession, and or they want the family to achieve certain things, and then the parents have this vision and they inspire the children to have these visions. So it depends on whether the children want to follow the vision. Transactional leadership at home would be like the parents say, okay, now if you do this, then I'll give you some reward. Now some parents, sometimes they might do it, express the reward. Sometimes you just do it without saying it. For instance, when the children obey them, then they would treat them with certain gifts or certain things when the children obey them. Charismatic leadership means in the home is that the parents have the charisma that influence the children. The children are attracted by his charisma, his personality, and then are attracted to follow him. And then transformational leadership at home would be that the parents change the lives of the children. And autocratic leadership, that means the parents tell the children what to do. You must do this. If not, there will be punishment. So it's absolute rule. Bureaucratic leadership at home would be like if you want certain things change, you want to buy certain thing, you have to go through a procedure. So you have to apply for instance, you want to buy a bicycle, okay? You have certain procedure before we can buy you a bicycle. And a democratic leadership, that means that the parents would let everyone vote or talk about what they want to do. And laissez-faire leadership means that the parents just let them do whatever they want to do. So think about this and think about what style of leadership do you have in your home, in your church, in your place of work, and among your friends. Okay, now we talk about the visionary leadership here. The visionary leaders inspire others to work toward a vision for the future. So he has a vision and he inspired the followers to follow the vision. Now, for instance, I am a visionary leader that I want to inspire you to have the heart to raise up the spiritual life of people, to have a heart to bring revival, to have a heart to prepare the people for the second coming of Jesus Christ. So I have this quality of a visionary leader, that I have visions. Wherever I serve, I give people visions. And then the pros of visionary leaders is that they will inspire and motivate others with their vision for the future. So they will inspire the other people, and then they encourage creative thinking and innovation by challenging the status quo and promoting new ideas. So they encourage the people to have creative thinking and innovation and new ways, changes, by challenging the status quo. The status quo means the present condition. He will help the people to challenge the present condition. Do we have to follow this? Do we have to follow what we have now? Can we change? And promoting new ideas. And then the cons of visionary leadership is that they can face difficulty communicating their visions, the grand vision, which can result in misunderstanding or confusion among team members. That means they have, so the problem, actually this is like the problem of a visionary leader. He might have problem communicating the vision to the followers, that these followers are not willing to follow that vision. So that's a difficulty. And then visionary leaders may also establish ambitious goals that can be challenging to achieve, potentially creating pressures and fostering unrealistic expectations. So a problem is that they could establish goals that are too ambitious, that the followers cannot follow, that is too challenging to achieve, too difficult to achieve. And then also will create pressure for the people, and also will bring about unrealistic expectation, to expect that, all the Christians will become zealous for the Lord, all the Christians will love the Lord, and everyone will be ready for the second coming of Jesus. So that unrealistic. Now, even though I want every Christian to be revived, I know that not everyone has the heart to be revived. Many Christians just have the heart to get what they want from the church. They don't want to give to the church, no matter how much we help them, encourage them. Because as Jesus said, there are 4 kinds of soil. Then there are some soils that are affected by the worries of the world and the love of the world, and then also the flesh. So they cannot follow this vision. Okay. So the required qualities of a leader of this style, of the visionary leader. So what qualities does he have to have? That he needs to have workable and biblical visions. So the visions should be from the Bible and also workable. Now, if a pastor says, I just want to have a big church. Now, big church doesn't necessarily mean that's what God, that's biblical, because sometimes the church might have goals that they just want number, they just want money. Now, the Bible doesn't talk about just number and money. The Bible talks about helping the people to love God. It's not just getting large number. Of course, we want to get large numbers, but the first goal is that the people love God, and then they are building up a biblical church, a church following the guidelines of the Bible. So we should have visions that are from the Bible. And then he needs to be able to pass the visions to the followers and help them to catch the visions. So we need to pass this on to the people, that they all have this vision. Yes, we want to, like for instance, I try to motivate you to be motivated by grace, that we enjoy praising God, we enjoy loving God, we enjoy serving God, because we know that from the Bible that this is what the Lord is pleased with, that He is delighted when we love God, and He will bless us greatly. So I'm trying to motivate people to have this vision. So I want to be able to pass this vision to you. And I hope that you really have this vision, that you want to live out, follow the grace of God, to be motivated by the grace of God. Now, once in a while, sometimes when I see your writing, I see that some of you just, in your assignments, in your what you wrote, the messages you wrote to me, I saw that you were trying to motivate people with the law instead of grace, instead of saying God is full of grace and preparation and gifts and provision, so that we can follow His plan. And whenever we follow His plan, He's very, very happy. So I want to pass these visions to you, and I hope that you can catch this vision. 3, be sympathetic of the followers if they cannot catch the vision, and be helpful to them. So be sympathetic that not all people can catch the visions immediately. That some people could have problem following the vision. So we want to be sympathetic of the people. Be not harsh with the people who cannot follow the visions, and not to be harsh if they cannot follow the vision. So how does this work at home? If you have visions at home, how do you help your children, your spouse, to have this same vision? Certainly not by nagging them, not by forcing them, but by telling them that when you live in the love of God, then God is very pleased with you. God is very happy with you. So how does it work at home? That the people feel, we are one family, that we want to reach this vision together. Then the visionary leader is able to lead the family. In the place of work, how do you inspire other people to have this vision? And in the church, to inspire as many leaders and the members as possible to have this same vision, to have a church that is strong in the Lord, to be pleasing to the Lord, that God is pleased with us and bless the church. And then also in friendship, that we motivate our friends so that they will also have this same vision. So we need to have these qualities. Now let me go back to the 8 styles of leadership briefly, and then think about what leadership style you follow mainly. So the first kind is visionary leadership. The visionary leader want to give visions to the followers. Transactional leadership, that means they give rewards when tell them, okay, if you finish this job and then you will get certain rewards, and then, or they just give them certain reward without telling them. So that is like a transaction. Charismatic leadership, that the person has this charisma. Now some people thought that speaking loudly and jumping around is charismatic. It's not necessarily true. Charismatic means that we have this strength, this personality that can influence people. It's not just by speaking loudly. It's not just by certain actions we jump around and then people will catch the vision. It's not necessarily true. And then transformational leadership, that means we want to transform the people. So are you this style? Which style are you? Autocratic is by force. You have to follow me. Now I have met a number of pastors who are autocratic. They just want the followers to follow them. Very strict. Bureaucratic, just follow rules of the church. They have to have the rules of the organization. And democratic, to discuss with the people what is best for the church. And laissez-faire is freestyle, whatever style. Now, I would encourage from the Bible, which of this style are the most, the best? Would be visionary, to have the vision, and have the charisma, that we have this personality, this strength from the Lord, the joy of the Lord, the love of the Lord, that we have this charisma to influence other people, and transformational leadership, that we have this ability to transform the people's spiritual life, and also democratic, that we can discuss with the people to find out what is best, how we can, that people discuss together and pray together to find the purpose of God in the church. So I hope that you find out what style you are. And I also ask you in your the leader group, in the WhatsApp group, that you tell me what style you are. What styles do you use in your life, in your ministry, in your family? Okay, now we have talked about first one, the visionary, and then we go to the transactional leadership. That the transactional leaders use social exchanges to influence others to achieve their goals. So they exchange them with something. For instance, they might promote a position in a church, or they might give them gifts, or sometimes encouragement. Could be encouragement too. So the pros, these leaders establish clear expectations. They have expectation, goals, and performance standards, ensuring that others understand what is expected of them, thus promoting accountability. So they need to have this, they need to have clear expectation from the people, and they have goals and performance standards, that how the people are expected to perform, ensuring that others that understand what is expected of them and promote accountability, that they will do it, and then they are accountable. And then they use rewards and recognition to motivate and incentivize the team members, fostering productivity and performance. So use reward or recognition. Recognition means that they will recognize what they've done, or they would praise these people for what they've done, to motivate and incentivize them, to motivate them to have more productivity and performance. Okay. Now this also works in a place of work. Okay. I heard that some of you are nurses or doctors. So the first one, visionary, that you have this vision of a clinic. Now, what kind of vision would a clinic have? Is that the clinic would be able to serve people, that the people feel loved and cared for, and that the people will listen to them. So these are ways that we can that we have this vision to motivate the people, that they will follow this vision. And transactional leadership, that means in the place of work would be like, if you do certain things, then you'll be promoted, or you'll have certain bonuses that will be given to you when you do the certain things. Okay, the cons. This type of leadership primarily focuses on maintaining existing processes and achieving established goals. Needless to say, this can potentially stifle innovation and creativity within the team. So this kind of leadership primarily focuses on maintaining the existing processes, the way of doing things now, and achieving certain goals. And then this can potentially stifle, that it can block innovation, that means creativity, to create new ways within the team, new ideas, that it will discourage new ideas. The transactional approach of this leadership style can also lead to a lack of personal and professional growth opportunities for team members. So the team members just want to do something, and then they will be rewarded. Then they might not look for the professional growth that how can they improve professionally. For instance, in the church, okay, they just want to bring a certain number of people to Christ, build up the cell group, and then they think that then they have achieved the goal, and then they don't think of how to improve the ability to serve God, how to serve God better. So that could be the cons. Okay, so required qualities of a transactional leader: that he needs to have clear expectation, he has clear goals and performance standards, what he expects of the people, and also the rewards and recognition, how he will reward them and recognize them. And he is able to motivate the followers to follow, that he can motivate them to follow. How does this work at home, in the place of work, in church, and in friendship? Okay, at home, now the parents might, for instance, when the children obey him, then they might give them certain gifts or hug them, say something nice to them. So that's something that a transactional parent would do. In a place of work, the boss will give certain gifts or reward to the followers, to the workers. And in church, that the leader would give rewards or recognize those who serve well. Now, so this is it's good in certain way that people are rewarded, they are encouraged, they are recognized for what they do. This is the good point of the transactional leader. And then in friendship, that people would that they would, when the friends do certain things well, then they would do something, reward the friends. So that's something that could happen in a friendship. Okay, charismatic leadership.